Hi everybody, this is Amy Flowers and this is my learning management system in Canvas. I am not a teacher, so I was struggling with what type of courses I would fake teach this semester. Susie recommended just going with what I would like to do when I am done. So my history is in business and I would like to teach business classes at a community college. So that is what I went with for my learning management system here. So our first assignment was to create, a Word document and a PowerPoint and upload those to our LMS, which I did. So we did that, or I did that, and I uploaded both of those to the modules within our LMS. And I created two modules for that assignment, one under business communication and one under interviewing. And then just in general, I created another one called additional resources, where I put things such as writing help and attire and social media at work just as different sections where students could go to find out additional information on those topics. But as far as the Word document and the PowerPoint, I placed them in here under these modules, and I put the document and the PDF in the same places, so the students who had access to technology that would support the documents or the PowerPoint, and those that wouldn't would find that information in the same place. So that is where they can go to find that information. Next, we created an assignment and a quiz. For the assignment, I placed it under the Assignments tab over here. So if we click on that, that'll take us to our Assignments page. And the assignment is here under this Assignments little tab, and you click on Write a Memorandum. Here are the instructions for that assignment. I included their instructions, some reference material, how I would like the assignment to be submitted, how much the assignment is worth, and the rubric information. So this rubric will show up in a gearbox in the upper right hand corner. The rubrics provided or proved to be a bit challenging for me. I didn't realize how difficult it could be to come up with the exact way you would like to grade a paper and how many points you want to allocate to each section and how to properly convey exactly what you are expecting the student to do. And it proved to be a little stress-inducing trying to figure out the exact way you would like to do that, but I'm glad I'm learning that now, so when I do start to teach, I can make sure that I allow myself enough time to really get that part right. So after the assignments were completed, I created a quiz and posted it here in the quizzes section. So we'll click on that, and it's on business communication and attire. And we will click on that. And of course it's a little weird because it hasn't been published or anything yet. But so of course all the questions that we were required to use, and it's a short quiz, but I used a bunch of the questions. And the computer will choose like 3 out of the 5, and those ones in a block, like we learned, and those ones will be extra credit. And it was very interesting to me that, and nice that you can create a block and have the computer choose a certain number out of those questions, and it kind of changes it. That would be very handy if you had different sections of the same class and students perhaps sharing information about what was on the test, and you can kind of keep them guessing, as it were, as far as the information and sharing test questions and the like. And then I also liked where for the text submission, I created a document that they would have to download, and it's a memo, and then they have to correct it and then re-upload it to me. So that's also a nice option for the teacher to use in a quiz as well. After the quiz was done, we were to use the discussion and the chat tools. So first, I used the chat tool, and I actually used my chat tool to create an assignment. So mine is posted up here in the Assignments tab, and it's okay for me to navigate away from this. And it is right here under Chat, and it's the Interviewing Skills Chat, and I listed the purpose, the activity directions, and then I have the rubric here, and I believe the rubric should also show up at the top. So the student, I would bring in a member of the business community to speak to the students about proper interviewing skills, attire, how to answer questions, basically just how to be successful in an interview. And the students would submit 3 questions ahead of time so that the person who is coming in and giving up their time could be prepared and kind of know exactly what the students are wanting to know so they may succeed. And the students are required to attend, and Susie offered some constructive criticism on my rubric and said that it might be helpful to separate out participation and attendance and the like, and I definitely agreed with her on that, so I appreciated her input there. So I tried to create a rubric that reflected that, and I think it's pretty good now. It's hard to motivate people to get involved if they don't want to get involved. So after the students participate in this chat, the assignment coming out of it for the next week is the interview chat discussion, and it's linked here, and it is also under the assignments page, and then can be found in the also on the discussions link there too. So no excuses. It's pinned in lots of, or not pinned, but it can be found in a lot of different places. So if we go to that, there's the purpose of the activity directions, and then I described exactly how I would like them to complete the activity, when it's open and available, how to reply into the text, and then I posted the rubric there, and also they can find it in the gearbox up there as well. So this is so that they can reflect upon what the guest has said and kind of talk amongst themselves after, that person has gone, and just kind of decide what they've thought about it, what they think, and how they can incorporate what they've learned into their interviews and their skills and what they know and the like. So after we did the interviews, the discussion and the chats, we went on to the grading assignment, which I actually really liked because I thought it was pretty cool. So if we go up here to grades, so I think on this one we all got a lot of help from the discussions, which was great, about having to go back to our assignments and kind of create the different categories or blocks of assignments, and that was kind of cool. So that's, that was kind of an aha moment for me, because as you create your class, that's something to keep in your mind as you're creating assignments, is what block do you want to put them in for the grading portion, and you can kind of keep that in your head as you are moving along and creating these assignments and doing all of that. Also, I like the fact that you can include non-graded information in the gradebook. For instance, there's the notes column there, and we can't input information now because we don't have any students included. But it's great that we can, jot down a little note if, somebody sends us a note stating, why a grade was particularly low, or, we can jot down something that we noticed about a student, just little things that a teacher might want to keep track of that, doesn't need to be graded, but it's a great place to kind of keep a journal of a student and any notes that we might need to take. I also liked the fact that we could weight the different categories for the class as far as assignments, chats, quizzes, exams, discussions, and stuff like that. And, of course, it's going to depend on what type of class you're teaching as to the weight that you give those certain categories. But I think overall, most, that's a great tool to use and to have for your class and for your learning management system. So that was a great kind of aha moment to me, was to stay organized from the very, very, very beginning as well. So the last thing I wanted to mention in speaking about organization is we've kind of gone over all of the stuff for the students, but something for the instructors kind of piggybacks on that whole blocking assignments for the gradebook, is keeping all of the files that you upload organized as well. And I think the blocking just kind of reinforces this. I started out and I thought, at first with the first Word doc and stuff, okay, I'm pretty organized. And, I think I wasn't. I wasn't at all. So I really needed to kind of step up my game, I've realized, and, have my class, and, so I could put additional resources in there. I have my business communication memorandums, how to write a memorandum, and, I could go on and on down the pike, interviewing what to wear, and then I could have, interviewing skills and interviewing, what to say, what not to say. There, the list goes on and on. What I also like is that the students have access to this unless you lock it, and then it can't be accessed by them. But so sometimes the student might want to, browse through here and see what you have and look at that additional information, and which is fine, and it's a good resource for them as well. But the option to lock those so the students don't have access is pretty handy, I think, to kind of keep your stuff safe if you want. One of the other things, real quick, that I also liked about the Canvas learning management system is the ability to be redundant in your postings. I have had experiences in the past where, I've kind of had to go and search quite literally for my assignments and still haven't found them, and I've missed them. And, one thing that I feel like I really learned from this class in particular and going through this process is, more is better. Like, posting them in a lot of places and linking back and stuff is really helpful to a bunch of students, because, everybody we all have our different organizational habits and types. And, I might think, oh yeah, this is a perfect fit for, assignments, and somebody else is thinking, oh no, I would put that in discussions. And so anyways, I think putting them in both, there's really no harm. So that's something I've really liked and learned in this class is, you really need to think about where you're posting your stuff, make it available and accessible to your students. So thank you very, very much for listening to my LMS overview. I hope everybody has a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.